Jensen Ackles! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey! What's up?
How you feeling?
Hey guys!
No, you also have to break the microphone.
Stop it.
Now break the microphone.
We just got here. Oh, I miss my buddy. He sends his love. I spoke with him yesterday, and he said he can't be here. I don't know if you guys know what's going on.
No.
He was, and he's okay with me sharing this. I asked him if that was fine. He was in a very bad car accident. He wasn't driving, he was in the passenger seat, and he's lucky to be alive. And not only that, but he's home recovering, which the fact that he's not even in a hospital right now is like blowing my mind, because I saw the car. But it was no fatalities. But he's recovering. He sends his love. He that airbag packs a punch. And he's like, I feel like I went 12 rounds with Tyson. But he's doing okay, and he's moving around, and but yeah, really bad car accident. So just keep him in your thoughts, send him some love, get a chance on social, and he'll be back with us soon. So there you go. He'll be back messing up mic stands before we know it. It'll be great. So if you have questions for him, I'm happy to answer them. in only the way that I can. So let's go for it. Yes.
So Jerry.
Yeah?
How do you like being Walker?
I should have worked on my Jared impression better. Oh, it's great. I get to wear 2 belts, and who doesn't like that? It's like some frat guy.
My serious question.
Okay, sorry.
Good. No, I wanted to see that. The prequel.
Yes, the prequel.
Yes. We read the premise of it, and it seems a little bit further off from canon. I'm just wondering what your thought process was with that and whatnot, because I'm really interested to see kind of where it goes.
Hook, line, and sinker. We floated those things out for a reason. There was a script that hit, and we're like, perfect. That's nothing. That's nothing like the real script. So with the prequel, there is, if you think about it, there's not a lot of canon that was established on the mothership, as we call it. But there was enough. And it was kind of glossed over, a lot of how Mary met John and how that whole situation happened. But the points that were made on Supernatural are kind of like our waypoints. So we'll hit those, but we'll hit them in a way that maybe we didn't expect. Which is, I've said this before, is kind of going back to the late great Kim Manners in directing Supernatural. He was like, listen, we got to give them what they want in a way they won't expect it. So that's kind of that's our mantra with this, is we're going to hit those points, and we're going to make sure that we touch those, and that those are tent poles of what the story is. we're going to do it in a way that I think is well, first off, entertaining, but also services the lore that is Supernatural. So.
Yeah, my friends and I were a little worried. We're like, wait, what's going to happen? Are they going to...
Well, she said that her friends and her were worried about it. And so, yeah, look, I'm not some guy that hasn't been a part of Supernatural for 15 years. Right? I guess not some random dude that's coming in going like, man, I got an idea. Yeah, exactly. This story means a lot to me, but there's also an entertainment value that is especially important to me and Robbie and everybody involved. So again, we want to service what has been established, but we want to get creative in the way that we get there. So that's the best way I can describe it without giving too much away. And when we get to the point where I can like share more, I'd love to just, hi, good morning. Good morning. You're not crying like I am internally. Not yet, it's fine. If you do, it's me out loud. Just kidding. When, hopefully you guys do get to see this, and when you do, I can't wait to kind of give you the soft pitch of what I called Warner Brothers and said, I got an idea. And then CW and said, hey, what do you think about this? The elevator pitch, they call it. Because that then kind of sets up where we're going. So hopefully I will share that at some point, but not right now.
Well, thank you. I'm more excited for it.
Thank you. All right, all the way back with the plaid red shirt. Yeah, you.
Okay, hi. First of all, I just want to say I'm a big fan of your wife.
We have that in common.
What?
We have that in common.
Yes. Lucky man. Anyways, so my question is, if she had to say that you were bad at something, what would it be? Like, not something that's like, oh, it's so cute that he's not good at that. Like, you're good at everything, so what's something you are genuinely bad at?
Organizational skills. I'm very much a typical man. So Danielle had COVID last week, and had to sit out. We're down in New Orleans producing the pilot right now, and she and I have been on set every day. She tested positive, had to sit out for 5 days per protocol. And she's fine, a million times vaxxed and got this new drug, Paxlovid or whatever. Yeah, and had symptoms for like 12 hours, and then it was gone. And tested negative, 5 days later, feeling great. But while that was happening, we're renting a house down in New Orleans because we were staying there for a month or so. So I moved into my daughter's room, and she quarantined in the. Of course, she took the the primary bedroom, as it should. Had it been me, I'd have been in the backyard. Just so we're clear. She'd be like, oh, you got to move out. Like, you got to get a hotel room. No, she gets to hang out in the big suite and like the nice bathroom, and I'm on the 3rd floor in a kid room. But that's fine. Anyway, my point being.
Toys. You have toys?
My point being is that she came up there a few days later, and it's as though my stuff exploded in my daughter's room. Amongst my 8-year-old stuff had exploded as well. She runs a tight ship, like a tight ship. And when things aren't in order, she fixes them, or at least makes people fix them quickly. That's probably what she would say. She's like, he needs to tidy himself up. So that's, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. And I try, I really do. Like the dishes and stuff, I just put them in the sink, and I'm like, that's good. That's off the table, rinse them, in the sink, boom. Gold star. No, she comes in and she's like, it's right here! How hard is that? I'm like, but that's not here. I don't think like that. That's one that I can think of right now. I'm sure she has many other complaints. But, what's that? Reason 1,000 why you left the kneel? Yeah, well, yeah, I've got a few thousand more, but yes. Thank you. How about right here? Yeah, that's the best reaction. Yeah, exactly. She had no one behind her. She was like... Sorry, hi.
Thank you for last night.
Thank you for last night.
Would you be so kind to sing like the first 4 or 5 lines of Sounds of Someday?
No,
For us?
absolutely not.
Please.
But
Any song.
if we get Steve here one day, maybe we'll. Steve is actively working in the studio as we speak on our 3rd album.
How about 2 or 3 lines from Simple Man?
Stop it! I gave you last night. Was last night not enough? She said no. No, it wasn't. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go over here. Hi, okay.
So I was wondering, you've been doing Supernatural for 15 years, and I'm sure you've gotten questions like this in the past, but what is something that you have really loved, like one of your favorite things, either in real life or like from playing your character, Dean, on the show? What is something you would take with you in real life or can relate to, or your favorite part?
Baby. I took that with me. And I mean, look, that character is Dean's a part of me, you know. Like as much as actors like to be like, oh, that was you know, something that it was an existential thing. No. Dean was a hyped up version of a part of me. So, you know, people are like, oh, I can't believe Dean died. And it's like, no, Dean didn't die. I mean, he's right here. I got him. He's a part of me. I mean, you don't play somebody for 15 years and not have that. It's not even a relationship. It's you know, it's a version of me. So hopefully I get to play other versions of me too, because as everyone knows, humans are complex people, and we have a lot of. I'm not like multi-personality, you know, I think. Maybe I am, I don't know. Dean's one of them. But as far as like taking it, like, look, there's a lot of things I took. When I directed Walker, they wanted to put in all these like supernatural Easter eggs, right? And I was like, well, I have the cooler, and I have this, and I have that, and they're like, geez, klepto, like, what? And I had 15 years to, like, you know, put a list together, and to be honest, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I gave a list to the props department, I was like, these are the things that I'd like.
Robin and Maisie had your back.
So Baby showed up with a trunk full of shit. And Baby's birthday today. Yeah. How old would that make baby? 55. 55! It's 65, I know, but I just had to say that.
Based on your answer,
Hang on, wait for a mic. Jeez, come on.
She can project, you know that.
based on your response when you saw the baby go by, would you like some Pedialyte? Sounds like you need a little recovery.
Look, you don't get on stage and, sing your heart out without having some courage.
Yeah.
And that courage doesn't come naturally. It comes in liquid form.
Yes.
And I'm a strong believer in it. Thanks. You have a question?
No.
No, you don't have a question? It's just like, hey kid, you need some Pedialyte? I got you. Thanks, Kristen. All right, let's go over here. Yes. Yeah, you.
First of all, it's my best friend's birthday
Hang on, I'm
today.
gonna wait for this, Kmart, because it's gonna go all over the stage if I open it right now, so.
First of all, it's my best friend's birthday today, and I just wanted to
It wasn't the
shout her
mic.
Happy birthday.
out. Also, I am getting married next year, July of 2023.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my question is, what is your best marriage advice?
That's the obvious one. No, I'll give you the piece of advice that I was given that I think made a lot of difference. On the day, don't forget to stop and look around and take in all the people that are there celebrating you.
Yep.
Because it goes by so fast, like the celebration and then the reception and like all of it. And you've got wedding planners and they're like, you got to come here and you got to take this picture and we're going to go over here and we're going to go over here and then we're going to meet these people and it's stop with your bridegroom, I don't know, and just take a moment and observe the scenery. And that was I did that, and that's the only moment that I remember the most, is when I stopped and I was like, look at all these people here that love us and they're here to celebrate us. Except for that table, they're just here for the free bar. Maybe 2 tables. Don't forget to do that. All right? And then as far as marriage going forward, good luck. It's a battle.
It's a second job.
It's a battle. Love is a battlefield. That's right. Yes. Right here, red shirt.
I was just wondering if you could, I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about when you were directing Walker, how was it directing Jared again, like your best buddy? What was that like, and just tell us a little about.
I mean, Jared and I are going to have a shorthand for the rest of our lives, period. You don't spend that much time with somebody and work with somebody that long, and not have a deep-rooted communication level. So me giving him notes kind of turned people were like, what? Like I would give him like director acting notes by quoting a movie to him, like that kind of stuff, and he'd be like, yeah, got it. I'd be like, Jared, hey, on this next take, shake and bake. Meanwhile, people were like, what? What's that? Or I would just be like, Jared. I'd be like, got it, okay. Does anybody know what that means? No. Speed it up. That's it. With everybody else, I'm like, okay, listen, when so-and-so says this, I just need to like, let's ramp that up a bit. Let's like get through that whole conversation much quicker. Let's get the pace going. You know, I'll explain it. Jared, literally, hey! And he gets it. He's like, got it. So with him, it's so easy. It's just easy. It's like, you know, I'm going to make a sports reference because that's what I do. You know, it's like somebody who's played ball with another person for so long. Like they know where they're going to be. They know what they're going to do. They know that they know what they're going to do. So everything is just, it's in harmony. And Jared and I are going to be in harmony for the rest of our lives. That's just how it is. But with that, it's fun to mess with the harmony too. So I had some fun stuff. I think it was Ashley who plays Cassie. Wonderful actress, wonderful person. I came on set the first time, and she was like, oh man, I've got to, like, we got to talk. You got to tell me how to navigate this guy. And in front of the whole crew, who I did not know. I did not know these people. I literally just walked on set. I'm like, navigate this one? Oh, it's easy. Just sit back and let him sink himself. Everyone was like, oh. I'm like, right? Oh. Jokes. That's what we do. Well, it's going to be a long 7 days. But it wasn't. They got it very quickly. The crew's amazing, and the cast is awesome, and you know, it was fun to flex that with Jared in front of a new crowd. And the best thing was that all of our really, really stale old jokes had a new audience. Dad jokes for days. Yes, sir, with the cowboy hat.
Hey, Jensen. I just wanted to say, first off, thank you, because I've watched this show since day one, like, at 10 years old, haven't missed an episode every time it aired. And you've just been such a big role model as both Dean and yourself. And honestly, you saved my life through this show and as you as a person. But my question for you is, have you ever had a person in your life that was that for you?
First off, thank you, and it's nice to talk to you. I don't think I can attribute it to one person. I think it's been a collection of people throughout my life that have helped guide me and helped steer me to the point that I'm at today. I think being available to listen to that was probably the most important thing. And I would encourage everybody to do that in the journey that is life, to not put blinders on, to not be like, oh, I got this, I know this, I'm going to do it my way. Fine, but be available to listen to people. I know I never had acting training. I never went to school. I didn't study this craft that I'm doing. What I did was I got under the hood, and I watched the people that I admired, and I took mental notes. Somebody once said to me when I was very young, in acting, when I was starting out, like 18, 19 years old, might have been my dad actually. He was like, be a sponge. Be a sponge on set. It's the whole thing, like if you're talking, you're not listening. So I listened a lot when I was young, and that's how I learned to do what I do. So I don't think that there's any one particular person, but there's a list of people that have guided me and have helped me navigate those forks in the road throughout my life. And I could certainly list a few right now. Kim Manners, Deidre Hall, Bob Singer, Eric Kripke, my wife. There are people in my life that say, hey, like you're getting a little off track, or you know what I'd do? I'd go that way. And I think it's just important to be available to listen to that. You don't always have to follow what people say, but at at least consider it. So, but thank you, and I hope I didn't steer you wrong. I'm certainly not perfect, and neither is Dean. All right, let's go. Where are we going? Where are we going? Right here, front row. How you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm very well.
I wanted to ask this question for years and now it just slipped my mind. Okay, so, no, I got it. So obviously this show has created a giant base of family and fans. And I wanted to know during filming, when did you realize what type of effect the show was going to have on people? You know, saving their lives, making them, you know, feel better about themselves, etc.
Doing these really was the eye opener, I think, to what we were tapping into, so to speak. You know, because you do a show, and television shows and films get made every day, all over the world, and you're on set, and it is an army of people that is making this happen, and everybody's heads down, and they're doing their role. You know, the grips are setting up stuff and running cable, and the electrics are setting up lights, and camera guys are you know, picking out lenses and setting up their cameras and rehearsing shots, and the actors are in the back, they're rehearsing their lines, and the ADs are looking at the schedule, everybody's doing something. Very rare do you get to pick your head up and see what doing that is providing other people. So the fact that we get to come here and I get to look you guys in the eyes and see that something I did, a craft that I've spent years crafting, is making a difference, or at least impacting you in any degree, is one of the most gratifying things that I've received in life. And so it wasn't until these things really started taking off that I was like, oh okay, this matters. There's a saying on set, and I've said this before, there's a saying on a lot of film sets, it's like, hey, you know, when things start going crazy and people start freaking out and it's, you know, drama, there's a saying, it's like, hey, we're not curing cancer here, take it easy. And it wasn't until somebody who had just finished battling cancer came up to me and said, I watched you every day of my treatment, and this show helped inspire me to keep fighting. And I was like, yeah. And I went back to our crew, and I said, guys, we're not curing cancer. But you know what we are doing? We're doing something that might inspire somebody to fight the hell out of it. And that's important. And what year that was, I don't know, but it was when these things really started picking up that hit me, and that was a big impact on what we do and why we do it. So, thank you. All right, one last one. I love Jersey. It's vocal. Like, right here. I got your last one. Right in here. All right, let's hear it. Stand up. We got a mic coming for you. Jersey. Gotta love it.
Which is funny because I'm not even from here.
Of course not. But you're embracing the culture.
Yeah, why not?
What's up?
So it is clear that Dean has a strong bond with Cass, and he cares for him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't, you know, he's a man of action. He's not a man of word or, you know, tell him, you know, things that he might tell him. If Dean were to write a letter to Cass about things that he appreciates, that, you know, he is what he does for, not, you know, for Dean mostly, but for everybody else, for Sam too, what do you think Dean would say?
He wouldn't write anything. Because Dean doesn't do that, nor do I. I've gotten so lazy that now I'm doing like the voice text messages. You know, I'm like, I don't even text anymore. I'm just like, hey, listen, I'm running late. Dean would leave a voicemail for Cass and be like, hey, you're appreciated. I'm not going to get into it, but just know that you're appreciated. I gotta go. How do you stop this thing?
So it's like real life with you and like this.
So it's real life. See, again, Dean, right here. I got it. It's not that far off. It's not a stretch. I have so many jokes that I could just throw Misha under the bus right now, but I'm not going to. Stay tuned, because later I might. Bye, guys. Thank you.